What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review. In this video, we're going to take a look at some charts and we're going to talk about the HEX lawsuit, but only briefly. We're not going to spend a whole hour on it. And also, Apple is in the news. So let's not waste any more time and jump right in.
You big all sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my chair looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want to 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. Two really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
All right, let's jump straight into the charts. Bitcoin on the daily chart is looking good. Look how it found support on this pivot with all these candle body closes. Then it popped above the 21 exponential moving average, and we all know what that means. That means it is in a daily uptrend. It looks like it's finding support here. Please argue with me that TA does not work. I think we're going to be at least giving a pump to 50,000, and I think that's really going to be the decision time for BTC. But for me, it looks absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart has gained the pivot right here. As you can see, we are in a weekly uptrend. It did find support on the weekly 21. I say onwards and upwards. ETH is a mirror of that, but more bullish. It looks like we have also gained the pivot, and we are in a daily uptrend. Ethereum on the weekly. Ethereum on the weekly is in outer space right now. I mean, it could easily come down to 2792 and still be bullish. It could easily come down to 1200 and still be bullish. This is on the weekly chart, folks. ETH on the daily. ETH on the daily chart has the 21 and the pivot. Sol consolidating into a bull flag still. Will it break down? Probably not. It looks like it has the pivot here. It's holding the daily uptrend. As much as, you know, the hack and shutting off and rebooting the blockchain sucks, Sol's looking bullish. HEX. HEX has the pivot. HEX has the 21 on the daily. It has both the daily uptrend, and I'm guaranteeing you it has the weekly uptrend. Oh my God. Okay, HEX could realistically come down to 18 cents to touch this line, so be careful. And if you are trading the weekly chart, you better hope that it does hit 17 cents, because that is one big giant buy. All right, hexicans are no joke. Maybe this whole HEX thing is a cult, because even the XRP army and the Chainlink army have not filed a lawsuit against CoinMareketCap. Wow. Let's take a closer look at some of this. I know this is a really long document and it's boring, but we're going to just take the highlights of it. Right here in line 3, the plaintiff alleges that the defendants have worked by various unlawful means to artificially suppress the value of HEX and artificially inflate the value of other cryptocurrencies. During the 2017 altcoin craze, Binance has had this business model where you would have to pay them millions of dollars for a listing, and when it got listed, it would go to the absolute moon because they were the only game in town, and every chat everywhere said win Binance. And now Binance owns CoinMareketCap, which is an altcoin casino and altcoin issuer, and it's a bit of a conflict of interest to have also a ranking site, according to this complaint, because then Binance can manipulate people into buying their own specific projects or projects that they have a vested interest in. Mr. Carter explains this business model of the coin ranking sites is to generate revenue by linking customers with affiliated exchanges where they can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Many, if not most, have affiliate schemes and referral links that can have a lucrative source of revenue if you are an intermediary between the active traders and the exchanges. According to this complaint, the whole model of the CoinMareketCap ranking site is to get people interested in going to their other platform on Binance and buy their coins. And as you know, HEX has no reason to be on a centralized exchange. It is pure DeFi. It will do nothing on Binance Exchange except maybe provide a little bit of speculative liquidity. This complaint also notes the CoinMareketCap's dominance over the space, which it does, and it provides an option for collusion, corruption, and coercion. She further noted that CoinMareketCap seems to reduce some market caps arbitrarily, leaving investors and traders confused, damaging the reputation of the cryptocurrencies impacted. She concluded that CoinMareketCap's flawed rankings were dangerous and posed a risk to retail investors. Yeah, they've been suppressing the market cap of HEX. They've been putting it at page 3. And it is dangerous to retail investors? Yeah, because this is misinformation. And this is what the SEC is here to regulate about, is the retail investors, or so they say. This is absolute nuts. Going through a lot of this is just attacking CZ, attacking Binance, saying they have no world headquarters, saying they have unjust and immoral and illegal activities such as money laundering and having an altcoin casino. It goes in here and it starts talking about the model of HEX. It's talking about Richard Hart. It's talking about Pulse Chain in this lawsuit. Oh my God. The cause of action. They have about 4 or 5 causes of action. First cause of action, private cause of action under the Community Exchange Act for manipulation of commodity prices and provision of false, misleading, or knowingly inaccurate reports tending to affect the price commodities. All defendants. Wow. Okay. Well, they're definitely guilty of that. I'm no jury trial, but man, they're definitely manipulating the market with these prices. The second cause of action is strict liability for violations of the Commodity and Exchange Act, and it goes into how they did that in very close detail, which we will not get into. I encourage you to read this yourself if you're that interested. The third cause of action is violation of the Arizona's Consumer Fraud Act. The fourth cause of action is control person liability for violation of the Arizona Fraud Act. Again, oddly, the fourth cause of action is similar: control person liability for violations of the Arizona Consumer Fraud Act. And the fifth cause of action is antitrust. And they are demanding a jury trial. Wow. It just kind of blows my mind. Hexicans have money and they're lawyered up and they're ready to fight. So if you want to take on the HEX community, be prepared for a real battle, because these people have teeth. I really don't know if this is going to go anywhere, if it's going to get thrown out or what. Binance is really hard to pin down. They're like a global corporation of nowhere. But I think that it's already a giant win for the HEX community. Imagine if this actually goes to court. There's going to be so much eyes on HEX and Pulse Chain, maybe right around the time that Pulse Chain is coming out. I mean, this would be the most epic of shills. But don't get me wrong, I think they do have a legitimate case here. It's just, this is on another level. I hope you beat Binance, but honestly, I think you already won by sending a giant message. Don't mess with HEX. There's one little bit of piece of news that I do want to mention before I get out of here. Apple, a nasty multinational corporation that's in bed with the government and they're jerking each other off, again blocks a crypto wallet after it displays NFTs. What happened is the Apple App Store has reportedly blocked the Gnosis Safe crypto wallet app to update. Why? Because they have non-fungible tokens or NFTs that weren't purchased inside the app. They really don't care about whether or not it is an NFT. What they care about is their 30% commission. So if you buy an in-app purchase from an Apple App Store, they get 30% of the cut. So they're not going to accept digital property that has been purchased elsewhere to be traded on their services, which is just kind of mind-blowing, ultra super greedy, but those are their policies. And Lucas Shore, the lead developer, he is making an appeal saying that permissionless access to Web3 is core to our values, so we are willing to go the extra mile to clear things up. Simply removing NFTs from the app is definitely not an option. So these guys are trying to have an NFT trading app, and Apple is not going to let them. They're trying to do an appeal, but Apple will not allow it. They want their cut. There will not be third-party hosted content or alternative payments there. It is a crappy company, and I think everybody should leave Apple. And Google isn't much better, but you can get an Android phone and then you can download apps third-party. So leave Apple. I know a lot of times we feel powerless against these giant multinational corporations that are kind of censoring us, but the only power that you have is with your wallet. You can leave and take your money somewhere else, and that's what I did. But I did that a long time ago. All right, let's talk about wrecked plebes. We don't do this to make fun of anybody. We just talk about the people who are getting destroyed in the markets so you don't get destroyed in the markets. And here we have in the news, El Salvador, enraged protesters burned down a Bitcoin ATM. Here's some video footage. They're screaming, "No dictatorship. We are defrauded by Bitcoin." 67% of people out of the 1,200 survey exhibited vigorous dissent over the use of Bitcoin as legal tender. This is now a Bitcoin dictatorship. It's kind of hilarious. El Salvador, you are wrecked plebes today. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.